Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's early today. About to I gotta clean my office, it's a mess. Gotta clean my office, it's a mess. I still got my pajamas on. I just put Tori on the bus. So I figured I'd get up and get motivated today. I actually went to bed early. Well, earlier than usual last night. My hair look crazy. How y'all doing this morning? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I wanna every time I put my pictures up, everybody always asks what my routine is. Can y'all hear me? I don't even see. I don't know why. Like, it's nothing even coming up. Like, it shows that it's people on, but it don't show me who or what. So, if y'all could comment, like, oh, there it go. I think it just takes a little while longer. But if y'all could tell me y'all hear me. I'm not super loud this morning. So, I'm still waking up. I'm still waking up. Hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, it's a few people on, so I'll start. I started my day off with my tea, my ISO tea. I like the instant ones just because I'm lazy. Probably the easiest way you can lose weight is the instant packs. Put them in a bottle of water, shake it up and drink it. My energy. This is for energy. It's all natural. All of our products is all natural. Let's see. Well, they almost gone now. I gotta order some more. This is my lifesaver though. Like, literally. But it's just, I know you can even see it. It's a light. It's like a little brown pill. This is all natural energy. Burns 300 to 600 calories with each pill. Suppresses your appetite. Elevates your mood. So people that deal with depression, like me, anxiety, and going through like it helps you with mental clarity. So if you have problems like trying to focus, like me, staying focused, the energy will help. This hood, I feel like this hood is messing my hair up more than what it already was. I'll brush it in a second. I didn't get dressed yet, so I can't get dressed and get ready until I get my life together. I just threw my hoodie on. Took Tori to the bus stop. But those who don't know about ISO tea, it's a detox. It helps you lose 5 pounds in 5 days. And yes, it works. I don't know why people always ask me, does it really work? Does it really work? Like, I've been selling this tea for like, it's been like 2-3 years, I think. And I mean, I post pictures all the time, and I feel like you can tell like the difference in like my body. And I'm very transparent. I gain weight back here and there. My weight goes up and down, but that's because I'm not as disciplined, and I don't eat as good as I probably should be. But that's what the tea is for you to for you to flush it all out and lose the weight again. That was my energy. Boom, boom, boom. You can see energy. If you can see energy and focus all day. It's gonna take it like a half an hour to kick in. That's why I'm still like blah right now. So in the meantime, I'm gonna walk around like until it kick in. But it take like a half an hour, 45 minutes, depending on how my body want to react to it on a day. But I'm about to drink the rest of this tea. But also our multivitamin. This gives you energy too. It's a liquid multivitamin. You're supposed to do 1 tablespoon, but for it to be easy, I don't know. I like to do the simple stuff. I don't want to keep going to get no spoon, so I just take some. It's like a juice. And it's like orange. But this is good for adults, kids, whoever. That one is 1 tablespoon is equivalent to eating 10 salads. The same nutrients. So it gives you energy. It gives you all the nutrients that you need. Like, that's like my lifesaver. Well, my second lifesaver besides the NRG. Honestly, I feel like I've been leaning more towards the Nutriverse as of recently. Sometimes I'll take the Nutriverse and I don't even feel like I need the I don't need the NRG. So that just shows like how much like even the Nutriverse gives me energy. I feel like when I am like good on detox and I don't have like all that crazy stuff in my body, like after Thanksgiving, whoo, like my stomach was so bloated and so like uncomfortable. Like like when they say like what you eat really matters, and like what you eat, like it really makes a difference. Because I was eating Thanksgiving food for like a week or so after the food was, made or whatever, and literally that food was just piling up in my stomach and my intestines, and it was just like I just felt so bloated and so like blah, and I just felt like literally like crap. So I wasn't drinking my tea as much as I should. I probably was doing like one every couple days, like a 1 bottle every couple days. But afterwards I was like, okay, I'm not about to eat this food no more. It's over. Because I just didn't like the way I felt. Like my back started hurting. I was getting headaches, like when you got all that trash and garbage and stuff in your body, like, I mean, granted, like, I still eat what I want for the most part, but, like, that, all, like, that grease and, like, cheese and craziness, like, I had to get that out, because I was like, so I feel a lot better now. It really make a difference, like, what you eat. So I don't want to eat that. But I feel like I have been trying to figure out like what I was doing wrong, of why I haven't reached my goal weight, and I feel like it's because I get too comfortable. So I basically, like, I feel like I can't help other people lose weight if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, that's like my biggest thing. Like, I started doing this for me originally, like drinking the tea and using the products and stuff, because I wanted to lose weight. It wasn't like the first time that I drank it, I was just trying to see like what it do, like how it worked, because I was I did want to lose weight. But then once I seen, that it worked, I was like, oh, okay, well, let me like, tell other people about this, but I didn't stay with it. I was like, whatever. I wasn't, honestly, like, to be 100, like, I wasn't making enough money. I was like, this not for me. And at the time, that's when I was like, I was making more money then, so I was like, nah, I want to do this. I can't, like, I wasn't being patient. That's what it was. I wasn't being patient. So I just stopped. I stopped drinking it. I stopped promoting it, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do this no more. But then I had gained, like, mad weight. I don't even know how much. I think I was, like, originally, like, maybe, like, 220. I ended up getting up to, like, almost 260, like, over that, like, maybe a year or so. And I was like, yo, I was so miserable, and I was like, no, I can't do it. So once, like, I started, using the tea again, I started losing the weight, and I was like, all right, like, now I'm starting to see results. Let me help other people lose weight and feel better. And I just felt like really, I feel really good about myself when I am losing weight and when I'm in a good state of mind. So I feel like more so than like losing the weight, the products make me feel like more motivated, give me more energy. I be focused more like when I'm consistent. So, what was I saying before that? Oh yeah, so like I feel like I can't help other people if I'm not consistent with myself. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like when it really all comes down to it, it's about discipline. Like it's about like how bad do you really want to lose weight, or how bad, or anything. It don't even got to be lose weight. How bad you want to do anything. Like how bad do you want to get $1 million? How bad do you want to, reach whatever? I spoke briefly on it yesterday if anybody watched my live, but it's really about, sticking to it and keep going. But me, I feel like my weight goes up and down because I'll be consistent for a certain amount of time, and then I'll, fall off, and then I'll jump back in. That's why when like people tell me like, well, I'll gain this weight back, or I stop, or I start doing this, or, I literally just, I can only tell y'all what I know from my experience, and I just be like, just jump back on. That's what I do, because as long as you're taking the products, as long as you, don't give up, like that's what it's really about. In a day. How long you been in DV, domestic violence? I'm not in domestic violence situation right now. I have been before, but not right now. Not at all, buddy. I would never. I can't. I can't. Mm-mm. But yeah, I forget what I was saying. But yeah, it's just more so about consistency. My one relationship, right. My one relationship was like 9 months, and my other relationship was for 4 years. And my one relationship was 9 months, and the other relationship was for 4 years. And it was of course in the video it was exaggerated, like I didn't kill nobody, it was just more so of just me knowing what it's like to go through domestic violence, and what it's what I've seen and everything. But BeYoU is pretty much based on self-love, self-awareness, It's bigger than just domestic violence. BeYoU is about, learning to love yourself for who you are, and literally just accepting yourself. Originally I came up with it because I deal with depression, and I feel like me being on my self-love journey, it really just showed me like the way to free yourself is to not care what other people think, and to not hold yourself to the standards of what you think other people might think that um might want you to be or need you to be, or whatever the case may be. I feel like that's like that was a big cause of my depression. Me feeling like I wasn't good enough, me feeling like I needed to be what the next person wanted me to be. Like, and for me, I feel like it was mostly because of other people. Not saying that I don't deal with depression now, because it's not something that you could just walk away from. It's not something that you could just say like, okay, I'm not depressed no more. I mean, I've made a lot of progress, because I went from not wanting to do anything, not wanting to live, not wanting to get out of bed, not feeling like I had a reason to live. Like, I felt like worthless. I felt like shit, and it was because of what other people had shown me. It was more so of what I had been through with other people, and it started making me feel like that way about myself. Like, well, this person don't love me, or since I'm going through this, that means I'm not worthy, or whatever the case may be. But just me learning more about myself and what Sierra likes, because I would have this face to the world, like pretending, not necessarily, well, I would say pretending to be this person to the world, because I felt that's what people wanted to see. That's what I was supposed to be. Like, I was basically, I would guess I would say, influenced by other people's expectations of me. And now it's more so of like, that's not who I am. So I just want to be myself. Like, and just me digging deeper and being transparent with myself, and me learning myself more, it just really gets me to a place where I'm able to accept like my mistakes, and I don't have any regrets, because I'm accepting that whatever happened was supposed to happen. It's not it's really not anything to be ashamed of. Like, I mean, yeah, we make mistakes and we deal with things, and but I feel like really, like, everything that we've been through, good and bad, it really shapes us to who we're supposed to be. So I look at it like, if I wouldn't have had that heartbreak, if I wouldn't have got my face busted, if I wouldn't have like had lost that person I loved, if I had not lost that job, if I had not took that big business loss, whatever I went through like bad, I feel like it was supposed to happen, because it all leaded me up to who I am now, and me just being proud of who I am, and me accepting myself for all my flaws and everything. Like, I'm not perfect. But I'm perfect for who I am. I'm perfect for me. I'm perfect for God. Like, and I feel like that's really all that matters. And I think once you get to a place where you okay with who you are as a person, it really makes a difference. Like it's certain things about myself I hate it. Like, I hate it all my life. Like, my teeth, I talked about this on a video before, my front two teeth. Like, I got teased when I was younger, and I would even just look down on myself or feel bad about myself. Good morning for everybody that's getting on. I would beat myself up. Like, even my weight, my color, like, I'm originally from Chicago. And the neighborhood that I grew up, south side of Chicago, was like all black people. Everybody was black. My mother's side is black. My mother's black and my dad is white. But I really didn't have a relationship with my dad. So his side don't matter. But I grew up on my mom's side. My mother is black, and my whole side my mother's side is all black. So nobody around looked like me. So I would like feel left out. I would feel like I didn't fit in. Like I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel like, so even the schools, like the schools I went to was like all black people. I probably was, out of everybody in the whole school, even grammar school and high school, it was maybe like a handful of light-skinned people. But I've never really been like the rowdy, like ghetto type. I'm not like, but growing up in Chicago, that's what you see. I was always to myself. I was always quiet. And I mean, I still am, but I've just learned to accept myself for who I am now. So that's why I'm always talking. But just growing up, it was like I didn't see nobody like me. So I felt like something was wrong with me. Like, why do I look like this? Why am I so light? Why am I? And I got out. It was always white girl or Casper, white. I got called everything, white trash. I used to get bullied so bad, like it's nuts. It's nuts. And I just look at like life how it was then. It's just like crazy how like I was treated like shit. And now that I think about it, I never really expressed myself when I was younger, like about those things that made me feel that way. I just like kept it to myself. It was like I couldn't even stand up for myself. I really didn't stand up. I was never able to stand up for myself. And I never did. So I feel like now that it was the reason why I went through all of that. I had to go through all of that in order for me to be able to stand up for myself now. Now it's like, you're not about to treat me any kind of way and think that shit is cool. Like that shit is out. You're not about to talk to me any kind of way. You're not about to treat me any kind of way. You're not about to, like, no, we're not about to do that. So it took me to be treated like shit in order for me to learn that, like, I don't want to be treated like shit. So had I not went through those things, then I wouldn't, I wouldn't have learned the lessons that I learned. I wouldn't learn what I didn't want. So I feel like that's important. And that's where, like all the lessons that I needed to learn were. But yeah, so like me just, I feel like it was just me bottling everything up for so long. I think the energy's starting to kick in because I'm starting to feel low, but it's just I held everything in for so long, and I bottled it up for so long, and I just suppressed my feelings and everything for so long. I just got to a point where I was like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you, fuck everything. Y'all not about to, it's you get to a certain place where you just like, no, I don't want to do this no more because it don't feel good to me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It don't feel good to me. So why would I keep, doing something that don't feel good to me? So I just started figuring out, like, I got to a place in my life where I was alone. Like, alone. Like, I didn't have nobody. Like, well, my son, of course. But, he a kid. He don't understand. But I just felt like I didn't have nobody. I was isolated. I isolated myself away from the world. It was like a time of, where I literally just shut myself out from everything. And I just started like trying to figure out, what do Sierra want? What do Sierra like? And I literally, like, I feel like life is really like a trial and error. Like, you gonna go through like so many different ups and downs and ins and outs. That's the only way you learn. The only way to learn is to fail. The only way to lose, to win is to lose. Like, you could lose 1,000,000 times, and that one win is going to make all of a difference. But you literally have to figure out, like, what works for you. Like, what you like, what don't you like. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You have to figure out what you like and what you don't like. That's learning yourself. And I just started, like, really digging deep in myself. And I ain't gonna lie, it was a dark time in my life. Like, I was, like, real messed up. I started drinking, like, every day. I was trying to numb the pain because I didn't want to deal with who I had become, all the things that I had dealt with. I didn't want to stand up to myself. I didn't want to face the person in the mirror. I didn't want to love me. I didn't want to admit that I had allowed so many different things to happen to me. I didn't want to admit that I was okay with being mistreated. I didn't want to say, like, those things. I didn't want to. It's so many different things that I've been through that I was just like, wow, Sierra, like, you really did that. You really, like, let that person do that to you. You really let that person talk to you. You let that person put their hands on you. Like, it was me being honest with myself and being transparent with myself. Like, realistically, everything that you go through is because of you. Like, it's literally the choices that you make. You allow people to do shit to you. You allow people in your life. You can get rid of people. You can who you allow in your circle around you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You allow whatever is going on in your life. So it's no excuses as to why this person did that to you or why that person did that to you. You allowed it. At some point, we got to take responsibility for our own actions and what we do allow, because ultimately, like, you are the person who got to deal with that bullshit. You got to deal with whatever is going on. So it's like, why deal with it, and you got to be honest with yourself. You got to keep it real with yourself. And a lot of people may not want to hear this, but it's your fault. It's your fault you went through whatever you went through. You know what I mean? I mean, some things happen and you can't control it, but the things that you can control, like people that you deal with, people that you don't deal with, like, I don't care who it is. It could be anybody. But what you allow in your life is your choice. And I feel like that's, like, a bigger thing, a bigger part of, accepting yourself and your flaws, is realizing, like, you are in control of everything. You are in control of who comes and goes. You are in control of the decisions that you make. So if you don't make a change in within yourself, like, you're not gonna see it. Can't nobody change you. Some people, you can go through things in certain situations, and it can influence your experience with certain people or certain situations, but it's really about how you take it. It's about how you look at the situation. How you handle it is really up to you. So it goes back to it's on you. Like, it's really no way around that. Like, it's really on you. So I know I went completely, like, left with that, because then I get to talking about one thing and then I talk about, like, so many of the other different things. But the question was, about BeYoU. And good morning, good morning, good morning for the people that's joining in. Like, me, coming up with BeYoU, it stemmed from me being in a very, very dark place, in a very messed up place, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, I was messed up. So I started digging deep within myself, and I said, you know what, like, I need to figure out, what do I like, what do I want, what do Sierra need to be happy. And I realized it was just about loving myself. I had to fight through those thoughts of being negative towards myself, because the outside world had shaped me to be hard on myself because it was hard on me. And now I realize, like, I don't got to be hard on myself because everybody else is hard on me. I don't have to. I started treating myself how other people was treating me. And you start to take on that worth, like how you feel like other people see you and how other people treat you. You start treating yourself like that because you feel like that's what you're worth. But it's not true, though. It's because somebody treats you bad that don't mean that you deserve it. That don't mean that you are a bad person. It don't mean, like, who you are is who you choose to be, not because of what somebody else choose to do to you. Like, it's your own perspective of how you look at yourself. And that's pretty much where I felt like BeYoU was needed, because, like, you got to be you. Like, you need to be you. You need to dig deep within yourself and find out what you like, what you don't like, what makes you happy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You gotta, like, literally sit with yourself. Like, I mean, if it's people around, you gotta take some type of time to yourself. Like, really isolate yourself and figure out, why am I acting like this? Why am I allowing this? Why do I put myself through this? Why am I, just start questioning yourself. Like, self-evaluation is everything. Self-awareness is everything. And I feel like that's, for so long, I was a victim. I was like, why they do that to me? And why you gotta treat me like that? And why I was, putting it on everybody else. I was blaming everybody else. I was like, nah. I was like, nah, it's not me. It's y'all. So, but I was doing it in a wrong way. I was blaming in a way that took all responsibility off myself. And now I realized it was my fault. I allowed it. I was okay with it at the time. I put myself through certain situations and certain things. But now it's like, you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm gonna let you can have that one. But I know I don't have to deal with it. I'm in control of the choices that I make. I'm in control of the things that I allow and people that I allow in and out of my life. Girl, it's experience. I feel like the more you go through, like, well, I ain't gonna say that, because even before I start, like, realizing and digging deep within myself, trying to figure out, because eventually you just get tired of feeling like shit. Like, you just get to a place where, like, yo, why is this happening to me? Why is this same thing keep happening to me? Or same things keep happening to me? And you just, like, eventually you get sick of it. You get tired of yourself. You get tired of your own shit. You get fed up with your own shit. It ain't even about other people. You get to a point where it's not even about other people. It's about you. Like, why am I dealing with this? Why am I doing this? Why am I, like, keep going through this shit? So you start thinking, like, yo, what am I doing wrong? And you get to a point you question yourself, like, wow, like, I need to make changes. If you don't make changes, no change is gonna come. Like, so it's just about, the experiences that I've been through and the things I've been through in my life, that I just start questioning, like, okay, what can I do different to change my life, to change my outlook, to change my experience, to change the way I look at things. Like, and it was me. It was me. I had to do those things. Like, it couldn't be done by somebody else, because once I did get alone and I was isolated, it was like, who I'm gonna blame now? Like, I can't hold nobody else responsible now. I can't. It's nobody around. It was me and God. It was me and God, and that's what it broke me down to a very, very, very low place. Like I felt like I was literally stripped of my whole life. Like I lost everything. I lost everything. The person that I loved, the business that I was running at the time, like I lost all my money. I lost everything. Like I lost my car. I had 2 cars. I lost my cars. I ended up losing where I was staying at. Like I lost my house. Like it was, you just get to a place where you just like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? Also, because you actually took the time to stay single and get to know yourself again. Yeah, like it really makes a difference when people say take your time and get to know yourself and love yourself first. Like it really makes the difference, and that's basically what I'm doing now. I'm just digging deep within myself and trying to figure out why did I not so much as I mean, I'm reflecting on the things that I did allow, but more so of why. Why am I allowing these things to happen to me? Why am I allowing people to treat me the way they do? Why am I allowing myself to set the standard so low for myself? Why do I settle? Why, and it's just, me just questioning myself and literally just going through a ton of different questions, and I do Q&A within myself, like, and I'll write down a lot of stuff. Writing it down definitely helps. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I write down a lot of stuff, whether it's an experience. I like to write poetry. I feel like poetry is like one of the ways that I get things out. Or I just like, I'll reflect on thoughts. I like to a thing I've done recently is writing to my younger self, my inner child, and just apologizing to myself for all the things that I allowed, all the things that I didn't realize would one day affect me the way that they do and did. So I apologize, like, in my current self to my younger self. Like, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I'm sorry that, that person did that to you, and I wasn't, and I think I would more so speak from an adult perspective, because I didn't have anybody to comfort me when these things were happening. I don't feel like nobody really knew, like, to be honest. Like, I really wasn't as verbal when I was younger. So I didn't talk about it. I didn't speak about it because I felt like nobody cared. So it was like, what's the point? Nobody cared. What they gonna do? That's the only way I feel better. Only thing that calms me, writing. Yeah. Like, I write, and sometimes, like, what I'll do is I'll stand in the mirror. I'll stand in the mirror and talk to myself, and that definitely helps a lot, because looking at yourself while you talk is like even just me, being on live. Like, being on live sometimes is a relief for me too, because, like, yeah, I'm talking to y'all, but, like, ultimately I'm looking at myself, and sometimes it's, like, hard for me to concentrate, like, on the comments and, like, everybody that's getting in, because I'll lose my train of thought. But me just, like, looking at myself and talking in general, it kind of opens my mind. Like, I'm hearing myself talk at the same time. So I might get on and I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like, I might get on to talk about one thing, but then I get to talk about a million things, like today. But it's a reflection of, like, what you got going on inside your mind. And so I'll look in the mirror. I'll look in the mirror and talk to myself, and I just speak life into myself, like, girl, you beautiful, girl, you smart, girl, and I just like literally talk to myself as if it was somebody else on the outside looking in, but it'll be like me to me, and it makes a difference. Or I'll do videos of myself, like I'll like take a video of myself just talking or whatever the case may be, like, and I'll be talking to myself. And I'll go back and watch it, and I'll, I cry. It's a lot of times I've done videos like talking to myself and like crying. I cried like a few times on live, because sometimes you don't know what's gonna come out, and it just flows, and you get like kind of like, hold on, let me get myself together. Like let me get it together, because it can be hard. They say for every one negative comment, you need a positive bounce. So sometimes you have to, you had, and I feel like that's what I had to learn. I had to speak life into myself, because I felt like everybody was taking life from me. Everybody on the outside was, looking at me from their perspective, and I was taking their perspective and telling it to myself. So it was like, oh, you're ugly, you're this, you're that. Like everything that they were saying to me about me, I started believing it, like, because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know my worth. I didn't know, I didn't deserve those things. I thought I deserved it because that's what was being given to me. That's what they were showing me. So it was like, oh, okay, well, if that's what it's about, then I'm just gonna take it. And you feel like I ain't shit, then I guess I ain't shit. So it took me to get to a place where I was like, nah, this don't feel right. I don't like this. I don't like the way this make me feel. And I started getting more vocal. I started getting more, bold. And I started getting more courage and more strength. And eventually it started, giving me strength to be like, fuck you. Like, I'm not about to deal with your shit. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's like, and it's just crazy, because you just go back and think like, damn, this what I went through, this what I allowed. But I don't regret anything that I've been through, because I feel like it was all meant to happen. Had I not went through those things, I wouldn't have been able to get to a place where I was able to isolate myself. Right, exactly. You think these people love you, so you believe it, right? And it was people around me every day. It was the people I were around. Like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna get on here bad talking nobody, because it's not even that serious. Like, now I've made peace with myself, because you can't, good morning. You can't allow other people's expectations of you to make you judge yourself a certain way. Like, but that's what we do though. And that's what I was doing. But take time to really get to know you. Like, take time to get to know your likes, your dislikes, what makes you feel good, what don't make you feel good, the people that make you feel good, the people that don't make you feel good. And it's things within you that you might need to change, you might need to work on. But you have to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself and keeping it real with yourself, like, you really have to get to a point where you got to keep it real with yourself. Like, yo, I'm fucking up. Like, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. Like, you have to answer to yourself, because if you don't make a change, like, it's not gonna happen. Like, you gotta literally look in the mirror like, yo, and I do it all the time, like, see her, like, really? But not necessarily to a point where you beating yourself up or criticizing yourself or downing yourself or, talking negative to yourself. Like, it's more so of you just being real. Like, I can do better. Like, I'm not working to my full potential, but talk to yourself like you would talk to somebody that you love. That's the way that I look at it. But until you know yourself and love yourself, you can't really reflect love the way that it should be, if that makes sense. So when I say talk to yourself like somebody you love, I feel like sometimes we treat other people better than we treat ourselves. So we'll, like, say for instance, we'll do stuff for other people before we do for ourselves. Like, we'll see that person suffering, so we like, yo, let me help this person. But and you suffering too. But that person, you feel like that person needs your help more than you need you. You need you more than they need you. So that's something that I always that's what something that I always, good morning. That's something that I always go back to, and me telling myself, like, I need me more than they need me. Because if I don't have me, then I don't have nobody, if that makes sense. Because elevation sometimes will require isolation. Yeah, it does, all the time. I am finally, and it's a beautiful thing. I used to go there, a breakup, and work out and get in shape physically, get myself together so I was more confident, but I didn't work on my inner self, so nothing ever changed. So now I know that's not the way to go. Right. You know what? And, like, I'm glad you said that, because I feel like on the outside looking in, a lot of people look at me like I've lost over 50 pounds. And yeah, I was like super miserable when I was bigger and like I was a mess. But when I lost weight, I wasn't completely whole. I didn't completely love myself even after I lost weight. So losing the weight itself, it is not what it's not what really did it for me. It helped a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it helped a lot. My voice going out. It's because I'm talking too much. Like, losing the weight helped a lot, but I realized it's not physical. It was never physical. Yeah, a big percentage, I would say, was physical, because how you look and how you feel makes a difference with how you feel about yourself. Like, because if you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror, then you gonna be miserable anyway. But once I lost weight, like, I was still unhappy. Not completely, but I wasn't where I thought I would be or where I felt I should be mentally and emotionally. Like, I was still, like, fighting depression. I was still suffering inside, if that makes sense. I was still unhappy with myself. And that's why I was like, yo, like, I lost weight. I feel better, like, healthier. But I'm still, like, searching for something. I still feel empty. I still feel incomplete. I still feel like I'm lacking. And that's what made me, like, start doing a even deeper evaluation, because it was like, yo, what's wrong with you now? Dang, like, what's wrong, girl? Like, why you not happy now? Like, you lost the weight. You felt like losing the weight was gonna be the problem, but you lost the weight, but you still unhappy. Like, what's going on? And that's when I started, digging. I was like, wow, it was never about the weight as a whole. It was my mental. It was the way I felt about myself mentally. It was the way I was viewing myself. It was my experiences and my thoughts, the things that I was telling myself, because I was saying, once I lose the weight, then I'm going to be happy. Once I get healthier, I'll be happy. Once I be able to look good, I'll be happy. Once I fit these jeans, I'm gonna be happier. Once my stomach get this shape, or lose my stomach, I'll be happier. But it's not true though. Like, it's really not true. Like, you could lose the weight. You can go get surgery. You can cut the stomach out, whatever you don't like about yourself, you can go get a change. Like, you can pay for a whole new body. But if you still rotten on the inside, if you still suffering on the inside, it's not going to make a difference of what you do to your body. So stop saying, well, I had to stop saying, I can't tell you to stop saying, but I had to stop saying, I'll be happy when I do this. I'll be happy when I get this. I'll be happy when no, be happy now with who you are now. If you feel like you like really being real with yourself and you need to change certain things, then do it. You're the only person that's holding yourself back. But don't say you'll be happy when you accomplish whatever you accomplishing, because all that's temporary highs. That's what it was for me. It was a temporary high. When I lost the weight, it was a temporary high, because at first I was like, it was a false confidence. It was like, oh my God, like I look good, I feel good. And at the time I was getting a lot of attention. I started, making money off the tea, and it was like, oh, okay, I can do this. But then it was like, nah, this ain't it. Something, it's not there. I'm still missing something. And that's when I realized it was because I wasn't being real with myself. You can't say I'll be happy when. You got to be happy now. Well, whatever you have, if you got no friends, $0, you like you feel like nobody loves you, like you got to dig within yourself and say, like, I choose to be happy now. I choose to say I'm good now, and anything else will be extra. Like, because what you tell yourself is what really matters. So if you saying I'm gonna be happy when, you're gonna constantly run and chase after these I'll be happy when moments. Like, I'll be happy when I lose 10 pounds. I'll be happy when I get this amount of money, or I'll be happy when I get a new car. I'll be happy when I find a boyfriend, or I'll be happy when this person does this, or I'll be happy when I'll be happy when I find a new job. I'll be happy when I'll be happy when I'm done with school. Like, it's so many different things, and that's what I was doing. I was just like trying to find anything and everything to like make me happy when I was done with those things. And I just realized, like, you gotta be happy now. You gotta take it for what it is now, no matter what it is. Like, I feel like once you get to that place, and it's hard. Like, it took me a long time. I'm 30 years old. It took me 30 years to get to a place where I'm like, I don't care what happens. I'm gonna be happy now. I choose to be happy now. It's all how you look at it. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm probably right now, and I'm gonna be honest, like at one of the lowest places. Well, I ain't gonna say the lowest place in my life, but I felt like I was at the lowest place in my life before I did get to this point mentally, where I feel like it's just about perspective. It's about how you look at your situation. If you feel like you messed up, or if you feel like you not able to be loved, or if you feel like something wrong with you, then that's how you gonna look at yourself. But you got to get to a place where you okay with who you are and what you got going on. And that's what's really important. That's what it's really about. How you view yourself, because at the end of the day, it's us, you. You got to be careful of how you talk to yourself, because you are listening. If nobody else hear you, you hear you. You could talk all day out loud, but what goes on in your mind is what really matters. So it starts with what you got going on up here. How you talk to yourself. When you wake up in the morning, what are you telling yourself? It was one thing I used to do is I used to be like, oh, you tired, girl. And I still have to catch myself. You tired. You want to go back to sleep. Oh, ain't no point in you getting up. Like, I used to really have like suicidal thoughts. And I've, had suicidal attempts that have obviously failed because I'm still here. But I used to tell myself some crazy stuff. Like, you're not worth it. You don't need to live. What you here for? Like, I used to be really hard on myself. Now it's like, I wake up in the morning like, girl, you got this. We gonna do this today. I literally talk to myself like as if I'm my own best friend. Like, we got this, girl. We about to kill it today. We about to kill it today. And it might sound crazy because you talking to yourself, but that's what you gotta do. Like, you gotta be your biggest cheerleader. You gotta be your own motivator. You gotta be your own support system. Like, because when you do get to them times where you alone, it's gonna be you and you. That's it. You versus you. When you look in the mirror, that's all you see is you. Not those other people that was treating you bad. Not those other people that did whatever they did to you. Not whoever. And I'm not downplaying people that actually really love you. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. But you have to love yourself in order to be able to accept that love from other people and to know when it's actually genuine and when it's bullshit. But you're not going to know if it's bullshit if you don't love yourself, because if you bullshitting yourself, then you're going to think bullshit love is love, and it's not. And that's just, being honest. Like, so it's like, what are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself that you're worthy of love? Because if you telling yourself that you don't deserve love, then you're not going to love yourself. How are you going to give yourself something that you don't feel like you deserve? Like, we'll say we deserve that new purse. We deserve new shoes. We deserve new clothes, but we don't give ourselves the mental things that we deserve, the love that we deserve. That don't make sense. Like, how you talk to yourself makes a difference. It truly makes a difference. And I'm not gonna lie, it's going through the healing process. It's painful. It hurts. It's lonely. It's not cute. It ain't no woosah. It ain't no woosah like burning sage and you just breathe in, breathe out, and you just feel better. Like, it's ugly. It's hard. Like, it's days where I could be in the middle of my day and I'm just like, yo, I break down crying. Or it's days where I'm crying tears of joy because I'm just like, yo, I'm so happy to get past this situation or to get to this place mentally. Like, and just me being able to view things differently, I'm just grateful. So it's like, it takes a lot of strength, a lot of self-love, a lot of strength, a lot of courage, a lot of just loving on yourself and digging within yourself and finding what you like and what you don't like and your ups and downs and just accepting it. You are who you are, and there's only one you. Like, there's literally only one you in the whole, it's billions and billions of people on the earth, and there's only one you. And that's what I had to tell myself. It's only one Sierra. It's a lot of people that have my name, but it's only one me. And it's only one you. And that's what it's about. But it's crazy once you get to that place. But I see that everybody is getting off, so maybe I talked too long. But it's cool. But that's where I was rambling, but that's where BeYoU came from. BeYoU, and the symbol stands for love and strength. The top part is strength, and the bottom part is actually a heart. So strength and love. Love yourself. You have to love yourself. In order to be yourself, you have to be bold enough to love yourself and dig within yourself and be strong enough to be able to take that in order to be you. And that's what it's about. So I'm going to get off, and I will talk to y'all later. And y'all have a great Thursday. Bye.